Welcome back. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with another episode of MY3, where you know the drill by now. We have amazing guests on the show throughout the community, and we are going to be seeing what their top 3 sneakers are within their closet. So today, my very special guest from the Real Soul family, a fellow friend, a fellow sneakerhead, Mr. Leon Palmer. Welcome to the stage. Tell them about yourself, who you are. I'm sure plenty of them know already, but for ones who don't, tell them.
Thanks for having me, first of all. Well, I'm Leon P. Been collecting for probably 10 plus years now. Member of the Real Soul family as well, like yourself. Yeah, as you can see, there's a passion there. So
Indeed, love it. Nice little intro. So we're going to get straight into things. So as we said, we're going to start off with reverse order. Let me see sneaker number 3.
Well, I've gone with the pairs that you're not likely to see and maybe a little less hype. And this one needs the box. Well, this one needs the box. First of all, we have got the Saucony End Clothing Shadow. It's the burger colourway. As you can see, it's got a little burger.
Yeah, let's show that up to the put the details up to the camera with that, because we love that. So
obviously you've got the lettuce, the meat, the bun. It's all there. All the little details. And it comes with, you've got sauce packets.
Great, those sauce packets.
Yeah, they have laces in the sauce packets.
That's actually amazing, because I remember slightly when that came out, but I don't know all the details. What's the box look like?
The box looks like this.
Oh, that's amazing. It's like a Five Guys box.
And then the box paper is a little bit American diner as well. So
amazing. Absolutely love that. Let me see those sachets again.
Sachets.
That is so well executed.
Barbecue and mayo.
When did they release?
I think it was 2014, I think.
Amazing. And what, you won them in a raffle, or back then it was a case of just buying them off the shelf?
No, I haven't. When they come out, I'd always wanted them, but I've never pulled the trigger because they was like at like 250, 300 £300. And it was just to show that it's so weird, like colour-wise, but it's like so nice and it's got such good details on it. That's the insole as well.
Love it.
So yeah, I picked them up only probably a couple of years ago, and I got them for like £120, I think, something ridiculously cheap.
Oh, so you actually paid resale on them, but at the end of the day, it's probably under retail.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a shoe that I have shoes that I have in my camera roll that I always keep looking at to say that I'm going to want to buy them, and then just waiting for the right time, really, pretty much.
I love them. That's fantastic. So that's mainly the story behind it, really. You know, it was a shoe that was in the camera roll, was really expensive when they came out after release, couldn't get your hands on them. And then obviously the hype died down on them and no one wanted them. And therefore you found a great pair in your size at the right price.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's the beauty of certain shoes like that, isn't it? Especially a Saucony, where obviously it's not such a hype brand. It's quite slept on by a lot of people. So I think it was probably the Burger and the End collab, which obviously made it a bit hype, but then it kind of faded very quickly.
Yeah, obviously the materials and the quality is just next level on Saucony shoes anyway. And the Saucony Shadow 5000 it's like a really nice looking shoe, like shape wise.
Yeah, it really is. It's very clean, isn't it? It's a very kind of classic runner-esque look.
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah, I actually need to get into them myself. It's funny because I've been offered a few from old collections, and you know, you always kind of then look back on the Nike and the Adidas's, and I kind of need to diverse a little bit because, you know, I've been told by a lot of people they're very comfortable as well.
Yeah, definitely. I've got a few pair of Asics as well. Well, I was going to bust out a pair of them today, but I went with something else instead. But although most of it is Nike, there is a few pairs in there that different brands for sure.
No, I love it. Great shoe to start off the top 3. Thanks for that. So let's see number 2, Leon.
Number 2, again, not so hype anymore, but we have got the Huarache Escape. 2003. Again, another shoe that was in my camera roll for many, many years. Huarache's pretty much one of the shoes that got me into buying trainers in the first place all those years ago. We're probably looking at 2009, something like that, 2010. And I had a load of them. And then it was only 2 months ago, this pair come up for sale, ridiculously cheap, 60 quid. I couldn't not buy them, to be honest.
I remember when you put them on the Slack, actually, and you had bought them. Really great little pickup.
Yeah.
You say you can't go wrong with a Huarache. For all the old school heads, they know all about Huaraches. I'm in that era. I grew up with the Huaraches. I love them. My only problem with Huaraches was being a size 11, a big foot gang. They were the biggest pain in the arse to take on and off a Huarache.
Oh yeah, like the strap's been repaired on this one. It was
I was going to say it was a very common thing. The back strap used to break all the time in the Huaraches.
Yeah, so I always size up with these anyway, just in case. Do you know what I mean? I haven't broke a strap yet, but these are already broken. I bought them, but it was mine. I just sent them off to the cobbler, and then he just repaired them. So
fantastic. And are they a limited edition colorway or a special colorway or just a colorway that you love?
Right, it's the Escape colorway. It's a colorway that Nike have brought out a few times in all different models. I don't really know massive amounts about them, but on the insole they got a bit of Japanese or Chinese writing on the insole.
Oh, that's cool.
Obviously they're a bit filthy because they're like nearly 20 years old, but yeah.
Yeah. Nice, lovely. And where did you end up picking them up from?
Pardon?
Where did you end up picking them up from?
eBay. I got these from. In the end, so I'm partial. Your brown and your beiges on trainers. I keep all my trainers now end up being bloody beige. But
I can see that kind of you're going through that. It's like you're getting excited about the Curry Dunks at the moment. I can see.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. I've got the MX1 somewhere as well.
Yeah. How much did you pay for those Huaraches in the end?
60 quid, £60.
Can't get the condition looks great as well.
Pardon?
The condition of them looks really good as well.
Yeah, it's not too bad. There's a couple little marks, but it's nothing major. But I'm after the Stussy collab, which was from 2000. Olive. It's like a bright green with a yellow toe box. I'm still on the hunt for them.
Yeah, I remember those ones when they came out.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. Okay, so I love it. Couple of old shoes. Love the diversity. So we are finally coming on to your number one sneaker.
My number one sneaker. Everybody thought I was going to bust out the elephant today, but unfortunately Ray busted them out on his video, so I've gone with something else. Another older pair, but a lot more hyped. The Air Max 1 Biotech.
Absolute classic.
That is an absolute classic.
Yeah. Cannot go wrong. You know, it's got a lot of rich history behind them.
Yeah, again, brown and beige.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So tell the viewers the story behind them, what they mean to you, where you got them, how you got them, and so on.
Well, and again, ever since starting collecting Air Max 1s, probably 2010, Atmos, the Elephant, and in general, and all the Atmos collabs have always been shoes that I've been wanting to try and get my hands on because I just think they've done so well.
Yeah.
So when this opportunity come up, there was a battered pair of someone on one of the Facebook groups. He was selling them for cheap and they needed a sole swap. So I bit his hand off. He come and met me at work when I was at work and dropped them off to me. OG box as well. And then, yeah, I went and got them sole swapped and now they're good to go again.
Fantastic. They look as good as new. So what shoe did you use as the donor sole?
The Air Max 1 Bordeaux. So it's like a burgundy colourway, and it's got the same colour purple air unit as well.
I've never done a sole swap myself, but isn't that like one of the hardest things to find the donor sole, right?
Yeah. So because that Bordeaux is one of the only Air Maxes with that specific colour air unit, everyone was buying them and using them as donor soles for these. So I had these probably 7-8 months before I managed to find a donor sole for a reasonable price. And I ended up paying 35 quid for a pair on the bidding on eBay. But the upper was trashed, but the mid and the outsole was all good. So then I sent them off to the sole swap guy, and he painted he done the sole swap, took the original outsole, and painted the mid to match the Vitex. Yeah,
That's amazing, and it's funny because you don't even really think about that. Like, you're on the hunt for an old grail, like you were. You finally find that shoe in your size, right condition, right color, you know, from the right seller. But then once you got the shoe, you might be sitting on it for 6 months until you even find a donor sole.
yeah, it was hard work, and there's a few more older pairs that I'm after. It's going to be in the same situation when I get my hands on them, because obviously everybody's who buys MX1s are looking for these pairs as well, and then obviously all the pairs that are being used as donor soles are just getting snapped up as well. So
yeah, of course, it's very hard. I reckon it's probably harder to find the donor sole these days than it is the shoe, because the problem is a lot of people who have got those donor soles, there may not be sneakerheads, so they may just be chucking them up on eBay for a £5 or 20 quid, or even just throwing them away.
yeah, that's it. People that just like the Bordeaux was just a GR release, and
yeah,
obviously people were just walking into your local JD Sports or whatever and picking them up and just wearing them to the ground and just throwing them away. Yeah.
yeah. So there's less of the soles out there to become available for the donor swap.
Yeah.
I can imagine. Amazing. Love it. Well, look, that is a really, really strong top three. Great number one. I love that you brought age and diversity and something different to MY3, because as I say all the time to the viewers, that's what it's all about. And Leon, thanks for being an example of that. We love the hype. We're all sucked into it in this day and age, but it's not always about the hype. I love the old school stories. I love the old school shoes. And yeah, thank you very much. So as you know, we are coming to the end of this episode. And last but not least, I just want to see what's on people's feet today. I'm going to start this off. And in your honor of Air Max 1s, I decided to go a bit old school. And that is what is on my feet today. This
Very nice.
is Air Max 1 London, England.
England, yeah.
Yeah.
So when they come out, I've got a pair. Hold on a sec. One more. They come out in the same era as these.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. So that was what one of the pairs. What's that? It's not normal material, is it? Is it like hyperfuse or something like that?
Yeah, that's correct. It's kind of the mesh and the hyperfuse material on it, which clings really well. These came out in 2014.
Yeah. So this was one of the pairs that I was looking at, but I slept on them. And one of my friends, he's moved to Ibiza, so he had a pair and he donated them. He just asked for my address and just sent them to me as a free gift. So
nice.
Lovely
free gift. But yeah, I love these. For me, being a Londoner as well, I'm kind of pretty obsessed with everything London.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially when it comes to sneakers. So anything that has London or England on them, I like to get hold of them. So I've got about 3 or 4 Nike pairs with London at the moment. And obviously the latest Air Max that came out last year were fantastic.
Yeah, for sure. I've got those as well. Yeah, anyway, so on foot, I went for a little bit of height.
Yes! First time we've seen them on MY3. I'm sure it won't be the last.
I had to bust out a little bit of height, but yeah.
They need no explanation.
Yeah, there's a funny story behind them as well. On release, I slept outside Offspring Bromley in my car. And they didn't even get them. So that was an L. And then my missus, there was a raffle a week before for the animals.
Yeah.
And she got a win, but then they took the win from her because they didn't have enough pairs, and they gave her any raffle win of her choice. And she tried to get the Wetherspoons in her size, but they didn't have her size. So then she won them for me. She chose them for me in my size. So
amazing.
So
yeah, pretty chuffed. I think those Wetherspoons are going to be for me, they're always going to hold a special place in my heart with my story behind them. But I think they're just going to be a legacy. They're going to, 30, 40 years time, they're just going to be a shoe, which I don't know. I just think that a lot of people don't like them. For me, I think it's one of the greatest shoes in the last 10 years, personally.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. The colours, I'm a big sucker for corduroy as well.
Yeah. So the whole hybrid between the 97 and the 1's amazing. And that whole corduroy and colour pattern, it just works so well, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. And again, all the little details, you've got like your little your little removable, your little swoosh underneath, and then you got obviously.
I just love the materials, you know, even the lining and everything, and like you say, the sole as well. It's just all very premium. It feels, you know, the gold eyelets and the lace stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Love it. Amazing. So that rounds things up for another episode of MY3. Thank you very much, Leon, for coming on. Really appreciate you showing your collection. So don't forget, to our viewers, please like, subscribe, and hit those notification bells on. And that is another episode, ladies and gentlemen, of MY3. Thank you.
Cheers.